Straight from the airport to the rink. Welcome to Växjö and Växjö, Jacob.
Thank you. It's very nice to be here.
How does it feel to be back on Swedish soil?
Exciting. It's nice to have a nice little return and to be here.
It has been a couple of years since you last played in the SHL. You represented Luleå and Linköping. What can you remember from your time here?
Both excellent experiences, two different experiences with the two different cities, especially geography-wise, Luleå being so far north, but each city had their own special character and special attractions. But a lot of it was the guys and the professional way that the league is run. It's something that I really enjoyed while being here before, and something that I'm excited to return to.
Have you missed anything about Sweden?
Definitely the food. Some of the restaurants here, some of the ones that my wife and I always talk about as some of the greatest that we've been able to experience, whether it's in Stockholm or even just in the cities of Linköping or Luleå. And I'm excited to try the ones here in Växjö. And definitely we missed a little bit of the fika as well, so it's a nice experience to return to.
And now you signed up for Växjö. How come?
You know, I was kind of at home. I was training and staying ready. There was different options that kind of presented themselves, but didn't really follow through as the season has progressed. Some interest came up with Växjö a little while ago, and then just when it happened recently, it was I knew it was the right decision and something that I was excited to return to the SHL and get back into this league, because in my eyes, I view this as one of the top leagues, and you can see the preparation and the professional way that it's run, and it's just good hockey. And obviously, I like the Swedish guys, and I think every team that you go to, you're going to find different characters and different group, but they're always good people and very welcoming to everybody who shows up here.
And how much do you know about the city of Växjö and also the club?
The city, I'm going to admit I don't know pretty much anything, other than we're a little further south than I'm used to. It's strange to see that there's no snow on the ground yet. I was expecting that. I've got a big heavy jacket, winter boots, but I guess I'll tuck those away for a little while. In terms of the club, I know you guys, the history in such a short time in the SHL has been, you can almost say, a meteoric rise. It's been quite a rise from around 2010 or so, coming up into the SHL, and then having the championships in that short span. That's an impressive resume to have, and something that I'm thrilled to be a part of now.
Do you know anyone in the team since before?
Currently on the team, I know Ilari Mellart and Daniel Rahimi from my two different stints and two different teams in Sweden. Of course, the smallest guy now I am, knowing the two biggest guys in the club, so that'll be interesting. But other than that, I know Brendan Shinneman is from Winnipeg, where I'm from as well. But actually, we haven't crossed paths too much, so it'll be nice to get to know him a little bit more.
And how would you describe yourself as a person?
As a person, I've been playing hockey for quite a while now, and I like to be professional and prepare for games and everything that I'm doing. And but off the ice, I tend to be somewhat quiet. When I get around the rink or on the ice a little bit more, I start to talk. But in the room, I'm not too talkative. But I have a sarcastic side, and I also enjoy being around the guys and having fun with that.
So what expectations do you have on yourself coming here in the end of the season? What do you hope to bring to the team?
Hopefully a little bit of energy, a little bit of experience. I'm not sure how things are going in terms of you know, the demeanor on the bench, whether guys are feeling confident or having troubles. I know it's been kind of a tale of two different seasons for the guys, with the beginning of the season and then turning things around after that. So I think my energy and my competitiveness out there will hopefully spark the guys a little bit, and I hope to obviously contribute and score some goals. That's always the exciting part. That's where the emotion comes out in the game, and that's where I like to have fun the most. But even if just my presence out there is able to assist the other guys that are scoring and can help them out, and I'm here to help the team win some games, move forward and get into playoffs and go from there.
You have been in the NLA for the past 3 seasons. How has that experience been?
Always nice. Switzerland is as most people know, it's a beautiful country in its own. It's run a little bit differently, where everything's on time and you run to their rules and things. But it was a nice experience where I returned to Biel, Switzerland, where I originally played my first year overseas. I spent 2 years there. My wife and I had our first and only daughter there, so that was obviously that will have a special place for us because of that. It was nice to return there, and then my last year was in Freiburg, and I was able to pick up a little bit of my old school French that I knew from years ago, and start to communicate with people a little bit. But it's just it was nice to be able to return there and be immersed in the culture a little bit more.
And how would you compare the leagues, the NLA to SHL?
It's always different. I think the NLA comes at you with a lot of speed. The guys can really skate. It's almost kind of like a pond hockey, or the bandy here, I guess, where it's open wide and guys are flying around, and there's a lot of. I relate it to a little bit of chaos. There is structure, but it's a little bit looser. Whereas in the SHL, I find it's very structured, very regulated with the systems and play, and guys know where each other are, and it's I find the SHL very structured, very regimented, very kind of defense-oriented game, where there's a lot of scoring as well. But they each have their benefits and their attractions. They're both exciting, but again, once you get into the buildings, then the fans take over, and you hear the noise and the chanting and the songs, and that makes things exciting.
You have decided to play in jersey number 7. Any history, specific reason for that number?
This is the first time. Excuse me. This is the first time that I think I've worn number 7. I've usually worn number 11 over the years. It's the day I was born. It's the house number I grew up in, number 11. But it's taken by one of my old teammates, Hillary Mellart here. So there was a couple different options that we looked at, but number 7 just seemed to be a number where I'm born in the 7th month, and that kind of works with 11, I guess. And it just it's one of those things that maybe to me it has an appealing look to the eyes, and hopefully I can bring something to that new number.
Last question, when can we hope to see you play?
I think we're going to get right into it as much as possible, and we're going to get started on Thursday, I think, up in Färjestad.
Great to hear. Thank you so much for taking your time, and once again, welcome.
Thank you very much. It's very good to be here.